What is a good word, everybody? Tiger727. This will be part 2 of the collection purchase. And talking a little bit more about that, we ended up renting a storage unit. Again, it was probably 700,000 cards. Vintage. Again, not a ton of modern. Baseball, football, hockey, some basketball. Oddball stuff I'd never heard of. There's some Beatles cards, Elvis, some vintage chewing gum animal cards. I just sold a lot of 6 of those on eBay, 7 of those on eBay for a few dollars. They were in bad condition. I mean, Dick Tracy, just all sorts of stuff. I can't even begin to talk or to mention everything that he had. Comics, I didn't buy any comics, but there's probably 10 to 20,000 comics in that house. So absolutely insane. And it was all on wrestling stuff. He had a ton of wrestling cards. Been selling a lot of that. But I mean, it was organized chaos because everything was like organized, but it was just weird. It's so hard to explain, but it was all organized. Again, but organized chaos is the best way I can explain it. So, selling some stuff that I would normally keep, and if I stumbled across it, but yep, I'm keeping that card. Well, I'm kind of on a different end of it now to an extent. But if we make our money back and there's some of this stuff is still laying around, I will hang on to it. One of the things that I just told the other buyer, because we actually started a little side business, to be honest with you, something I never thought I would do. And this binder here is full of 68 tops. I did see the K-line in there, a few other bigger names, but I think a lot of it's more of the lower end stuff. But yeah, for me, that's working on the 68 set. Actually, there's the K-line right there. Let's see if I can show it real quick. For me, that's, working on this set and have been for quite a few years. That's a good find. Phil Necro there. And most of them are in pretty good condition, actually. Probably the best condition I've seen some 68s in quite some time. So I have not gone through this to add it to the trading card database to remove the cards that are on my want list, because I've just been so busy. There's the Calavito. It's been busy, listing stuff and shipping stuff. Haven't been selling as much as I would like. But either which way, I've been enjoying going through this. It's been a lot of fun. It's keeping me busy, keeping me out of trouble. And lost my train of thought there. I'll probably do a video on it of some sort. I don't know if I'm going to do a step-by-step, but and I'm not trying to advocate for people to go out and buy my stuff or anything like that. Listed some stuff on eBay, but if you're not familiar with the app called Collects, Collx, I discovered about 2 years ago when I was laid up with shoulder surgery. And I'm like, you know what? I didn't feel like, shipping a lot of my own stuff. So I was dealing more with ComC. And, ComC's been good to me, but not as good as I would like it to be. And so I started on Collects. And there's probably over about 4 million users last I checked. But it's just an app. You can go on there, you can list your cards, you can just have them as a collection, you can buy cards, and I'll do a video here coming up showing some stuff on Collects that I've bought. But while I'm talking here, I'm just gonna start showing some cards that I've grabbed from this collection. There was a lot of this stuff, Red Man Tobacco cards in this collection. Duke Snyder was in there, Yogi Berra, numerous others that I have that we're looking to get rid of. Found this Johnny Damon Stadium Club members only. According to Trading Card Database, now this card's not numbered, and I found this last week. But apparently there's only 25 of these. there's a print run versus serial number, and it says print run is 25. I think it said 25 or 50. So either which way, pretty cool card. Always been a Damon fan. I was excited when he came to Detroit. And this stuff is I don't remember what this stuff is. Private stock, 2000 private stock. Gary Sheffield. Eric Karros. And I didn't have many of these cards at all, if any, prior to buying this collection. Damian Easley. Juan Encarnacion. And this is some of this stuff is hard to figure out. Well, I can't read it because my eyes aren't good enough. But a nice Johnny Damon with the Royals. Rick Ankiel. Dean Palmer, this Pacific. Let's get these out of the way first because they're already what we've been showing. Dean Palmer. Tony Clark. These are a thicker stock too. They're kind of a heavier duty card. Albert Bell, the O's. Yeah, this collection it's been a lot of work, and we really haven't even, we're kind of at the tip of the iceberg. I took a lot of the vintage home. This Prism stuff, there's so many variations of this that I couldn't even begin to tell you each one, but I'm going to show a bunch here coming up. But I took a bunch of the vintage home. The other buyer took a bunch of the vintage home, and he's been selling on Collects. He's been on Facebook for quite a few years. I actually bought a lot of cards from him 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, and I didn't realize it was him. I never met the guy until that day up at the collection, or at the house. And we started talking. I said, I think I bought a lot of vintage cards off you a while ago. And he was talking about it, and we were talking about it. And in fact, it was him. So he's been buying and selling for many years. He owns a business here in town, or actually in the neighboring county. And so for two guys that have never met, everything's running very smooth. We're both easygoing. And the goal is to, obviously make our money back and enjoy it, and hopefully make a few bucks. And it's weird for me to say that, because I've always been in this hobby just to collect, and everybody always says don't go into business into what your hobby is, and I can definitely see why people say that. I would never do this full time. Maybe after I retire or something. But I would never be able to stop collecting. And, living in Michigan and being a Tiger fan and trying to get one of every Tiger card that ever exists, that would be a problem as a business person in the state of Michigan. But yeah, we'll get into, here, I'll show this stuff first. Here's some more 2000 private stock. He does have a bunch of the other one. I say he, I mean the other buyer. He's got a bunch of the 52 tops, and he's been pulling the Tigers for me. I haven't seen those yet. I don't know which one he has. I have 0 52 tops Tigers cards until this collection, so that'll definitely help. Here's some 63s that I needed for my Tigers. Bob Anderson. Chico Fernandez, Vic Wertz, Norm Cash, a little off center, but I'll do a player run graded of him, so that'll just go into my team set version, which is fine. Hank Aguirre. And when it comes to YouTube, like I said, I just haven't had the time and or kind of the want lately. I've kind of been in a YouTube lull, to be honest with you. I think everybody goes through that. It seems to be more prevalent in the last 6 months to a year with most people that you can see this one here has some Denver minors. He must have been in the minor league. So I kept this card on my want list just so I can get a better one, but I'll keep this one for now. So I've kind of been in a lull, trying to get back into it, and obviously, being busy with, well, one, life. My daughter was home for 3 weeks from school. She went back now. She's got a summer internship down in the Milwaukee area, so she'll be down there. This guy played apparently for the Louisville Lancers. 63 strikeout leaders. So yeah, it's just been, not only the collection, but it's just been busy. Life's been busy. Family stuff, spending time with my daughters, and traveling, work, all that stuff that we all have. So Bill Freehan, 70 tops. Been watching a lot of baseball. And that's the other, I guess, positive thing with the Collects app is all you gotta do is use your phone. You can scan cards with your phone. You can scan just the front and the back. I do the front and the back. And sit in front of your TV and just scan cards and then price them out. So yeah, I've been watching a lot of Tiger games. I can't believe how good they're doing. I am not going to, by any stretch of the imagination, get too crazy excited. I mean, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. It is a lot of fun to watch them play well. Solid pitching, solid defense, offense. It's just, but anything can happen. It's still early. Not even the All-Star break yet. This is probably one of the bigger cards that I found, and I'm going to end this here. Is the Musial, and I kept this one because this one, and the other buyer had a couple listed that I asked him to take down because they're for the last card for the Topps Hall of Fame set. So I will send these into PSA at some point, or this one. And I just realized it has some writing on the back. But you know what? It's because I didn't realize that writing was on there. And yes, that kind of bothers me a little bit. But because this card and the others are from the collection that I bought, that's what means more to me than whatever grade this card will get. I think it'll just be cool to have a graded card or a card of my final Topps Hall of Fame set, and some of those cards be from that collection that I bought. So this one will still go to PSA no matter what the back looks like. Some people probably think I'm crazy, but that's just the way I am. So yeah, that's it. Sorry for the long video. Hope everybody's doing well. Talk to you later.